Levon Cade is a foreman at Garcia Family Construction in Chicago. The company is run by Joe and Carla Garcia, with help from their daughter, Jenny. One day, Levon sees a group of men beating up a worker. Without hesitation, he steps in and takes them down for causing trouble at the worksite. Jenny, surprised by Levon's fighting skills, offers him some food and asks if he can teach her self-defense. Later, Levon heads to his father-in-law's house to pick up his daughter, Mary. Since her mother's suicide, Mary has been living with her grandfather, Jordan Roth, also known as Dr. Roth. Levon is fighting for custody of Mary, but Dr. Roth believes Levon isn't fit to raise her due to his violent past. Levon meets with his lawyer, Matt Torrance. Matt explains that the opposing lawyer is accusing Levon of suffering from PTSD and brain trauma from his military service, making him a potential threat. Dr. Roth despises Levon, blaming him for his daughter's death, despite it being a suicide. One night, while partying at Skip's bar with friends, Jenny is kidnapped by two criminals, Viper and Artemis. Joe and Carla inform Levon that Jenny has gone missing. Knowing Levon's background, Joe pleads for his help. At first, Levon refuses, saying he's not the man he used to be. Levon turns to his friend Gunny, a blind ex-Marine, for advice. After hearing him out, Gunny urges Levon to focus and save the girl. Encouraged, Levon visits Joe again. After leaving the Marines following his wife's death, the Garcia family had been his emotional support. Realizing they are his chosen family, Levon promises to bring Jenny back. Levon heads to Skip's bar for clues and spots the bartender, Johnny, dealing drugs. He secretly follows Johnny home, and under pressure, Johnny confesses that Jenny was taken by dangerous people. But before he can say more, Johnny is shot dead by his own friends. The next day, Levon observes a man named Wolo Kalisnik inspecting Johnny's house. Soon, a cleanup crew arrives. Wolo had ordered them to destroy any evidence. Using his Marine skills, Levon begins surveilling Wolo's home. He sees Wolo arguing with his wife, Svetlana. After she leaves, Levon breaks in and beats Wolo. He learns Wolo works for the Bratva crime syndicate. Wolo threatens that if Levon kills him, the Bratva will go after his entire family. Unfazed, Levon demands to know where Jenny is. When Wolo refuses, Levon drowns him in the pool. Levon remembers Wolo mentioning a name, Dimi. Meanwhile, a man named Simon Karchenko arrives at Wolo's house. Simon respects Wolo, but looks down on his son, Dimi Kolisnik, a troublemaker unlike his businessman father. Simon then orders his sons Danya and Vanko to capture Levon. DEA office. Levon reaches out to an old friend, Tobias Garrett, for help finding Dimi. Tobias reveals that Wolo was a Bratva captain and decision-maker. Levon suspects Dimi is involved in human trafficking. Tobias sends Levon to Hattie's bar for leads. When a man named Dougie sees Levon carrying a weapon, he approaches. Levon pretends to be a drug dealer to get close to Dimi. Dougie introduces him to Dutch, the leader of a biker gang. Impressed by Levon's military-style fighting, Dutch reveals he's a former Air Force soldier. Levon pretends he wants to buy and sell drugs. After striking a deal, Levon gives money to Dougie and Nina. Over the phone, Dutch tells him the goods are hidden under a car seat. Meanwhile, Viper and Artemis plan to sell Jenny to a man named Board, but she bites him during the exchange, forcing him to flee injured. Dutch invites Levon to a high-level mob meeting where he finally meets Dimi Kolisnik. After checking Levon's ID, Dimi agrees to work with him. Levon finds a photo of Viper behind Jenny and her friends. After checking Johnny's phone, he rushes to Hattie's bar. Nina, noticing Levon's arrival, then calls Danya and Vanko. As Levon tries to escape, he crashes into a police patrol car. But the officer turns out to be working for the Mafia. Danya and Vanko reveal Wolo was their uncle. Unbothered, Levon kills them both. Learning his sons are dead, Simon is furious and calls for a war council. Dimi, enraged that Jenny bit one of their clients, orders Viper and Artemis to kill her. Simon meets with the council of high-ranking mobsters led by Yuri. After hearing Simon's report, Yuri sends Karp and Nestor to escort Simon to Dimi. There, Simon tells Dimi that Wolo, Danya, and Vanko are all dead, and the man behind it is none other than Levon, his business partner. Now aware of Levon's identity, Karp and Nestor go after Dr. Roth. Levon receives a call from Mary's school. No one came to pick her up. Alarmed, he rushes to the school. Mary wonders why her grandfather didn't come, and Levon warns her that bad people are after them. They head to Dr. Roth's house only to find it on fire. Levon rushes in and saves his father-in-law. Roth finally thanks Levon for saving his life, despite their past. Levon brings Mary to Gunny for safety. Gunny shows him a collection of weapons and hands him an M14 rifle. After saying goodbye to Mary, Levon sets off to confront the Mafia. Meanwhile, Viper and Artemis take Jenny to kill her, but she fights back. Their car crashes and she escapes. Finding a police car, she begs for help, only to discover the cop is on the Mafia's payroll. He hands her back to the criminals. Just before they can finish her, Boward calls, ordering them to bring Jenny to him instead. Levon storms Dimmy's headquarters, interrogates Dimmy, and forces him to lead him to Jenny. Along the way, Dimmy admits Viper scouts clubs for girls to sell. Levon kills Dimmy and continues his mission. Dutch, hearing what happened, sends his men after Levon. Levon kills Dougie and Dutch, then hunts down Jenny. He kills Boward and Viper, while Jenny fights back and defeats Artemis. After rescuing Jenny, Levon must face off against Nestor and Karp. Simon reports to Yuri that Levon escaped. But Yuri, seeing the bigger picture, says this isn't just about business. He warns Simon to let Levon go, or else. Brotherhood, Yuri says, matters more than revenge. In the end, Levon fulfills his promise to Joe and brings Jenny safely home. He reunites with Mary, finally at peace, in the film's end.